Avinash Martin. Welcome to Eat, Drink, Sleep. You're in a very good mood, I can see. Are things going so well in Goa with hospitality? Let's begin our conversation with your view on F&B, because you've always been someone who's broken away from the conventional while being able to create a brand and create restaurants which are immensely successful. What is the
Yeah.
secret?
Bikramjit, thank you so much for having me, first of all. It's always a sheer pleasure to talk to a dear friend who's very close and who understands hospitality, who understands food and beverage. Well, the scenes in Goa are good. I'm happy that Goa is considered food capital of India. People are investing in good outlets, good restaurants, and quality people have started to look at Goa now as a food destination. Well, I've been innovative. I've always pushed my bars. I've not done the conventional sort of food in my restaurants, and that gives me a kick. That gives me a mental kind of a stimuli, saying that why do the conventional? You need to do something which is different, and that's been my forte. That's been my forte as well. Having said that, yes, a lot of things are happening. My new restaurant, Janot, it's our fourth month of operations, and we're already seeing a third change of menu.
Mm.
So that's not because we don't understand our customer or something like that, but we want to be innovative. We want to change. We don't want to give you the same thing. Although it's 80 covers, unlike Cavatina, but why should we be strained with the saying that, oh, 80 covers, we need to have a standard menu, we have to know. We are going seasonal. We are pushing the boundaries. We are saying that whatever is coming fresh today, let's make something out of it. So that's the way I feel F&B should be looked at and treated like, not like a standard thing which is taught in classrooms and we just do a cliche out of whatever is taught to us.
So tell me something, Avinash. What is it that you're seeing as far as trends are concerned? Everyone talks about the same trends. I've been hearing for the last 15 years that Japanese is going to be really big. I mean,
Yes,
there are a lot many more Japanese restaurants as well as a lot of Korean restaurants. Ramen has come in big in most centers.
yes.
What is the trend that you're seeing? I mean, let's first talk about the trends, then let's talk about the trials of being in this industry.
You know what? I'm the last person who follows people. So you're asking this question to the wrong chef, actually.
Okay.
I don't bother to check who's doing what. What I get to hear, as you rightly said, as ramen has been trending, I see, yes, Korean flavors suddenly up the street. And then the age-old Pan-Asian flavors have been lingering on for the longest time, right? If you ask me, what am I doing? I'm doing, and I've taken a very opposite approach to my cooking. I'm working on recipes from the Ramayana
Mm.
in my farm to table concept, where it's 12-seater omakase style. I'm doing Vedic food now. I'm telling the diner, hey, come, I'll take you 5000 BC, where where the food, where the ingredients were as simple as these. But how does a chef apply his creativity to that food? That's
Mm.
something which I am intrigued with, and I want to showcase and bring about. Right? We always wondered what our ancestors ate, which was not a far-flung thing. You go back 50 years, 100 years, you had all the ingredients, and some of them are still there. But what about the era which we worship our gods and say, what did the gods eat? That's something I'm working on. So that's my project nowadays.
Okay, let's do that Ramayana. So yeah, huh.
Haji, you want me to?
You're talking to me about Vedic food.
Yes, my project these days is on a research of Vedic food. Food during the Rig Vedas, the Ajur Veda, right, and the Ramayanas. I was interested to know what was the food eaten by Lord Ram. What was the dishes which Sita made, Sita Maya made, right? With all due respects to them, and that's what a chef wants to know, and create something which would pay a tribute to them and ode to them, and present it to a modern diner of today. See, food for me today, Bikramjit, is not about just satisfying your palate. It has to it has to go deep down one's soul. And it's more of healthy, soul satisfying food that I'm looking at. I'm looking at an experience which will do no harm to your body. Right? Today we have gone to an era where we've left the process of what it does to your body. We're just concentrating on our palate. Yeah, the maltodextrins of the world, the calcium algae of the world. What are they doing to you in the long run? They amuse your palate for 2 minutes, but they do a lot of bad to your body, right? The glucoses of the world, all these things are not great. They are just there for the sake of amusing your palate. So I am not in for all that. I am in for all the grains, all the vegetables, all the tubers, etc., which our ancestors ate, and we suddenly forgot about them. And I'm in the process of getting them back, which will do good to your mind, body, and soul. So that is my vision, what I want to bring about.
Okay, so let me turn that trends question around now. So, what I'm hearing from you is possibly what I would hear from a trend setter, because what you're doing becomes the trend. Is that part of your way of thinking, or is that an understanding that you have of your customer? Because that's also a very important part of F&B. Because a lot of chefs and a lot of restaurants, and I'm talking about the general vast majority,
Right.
um, change to suit uh, customer likings and wishes, which are very, very fickle. What
Right.
is your view on that? Because I mean, I mean, you worked in hotels, you worked in enough places where they come the next day and they say, you have enough customers coming in and saying, yeah, what is this? Yeah, why can't we have it like this? So even I'm sure with Goan food, as with any kind of food from the hearth, you'll have enough people from Goa coming in and saying, this is not how it's supposed to be made. That is a
Right.
big question why people don't get into regional food. The this is
Correct.
not how it's supposed to be made question.
Yes.
How do you deal with that, and how do you think you can get this understanding of the customer and the confidence of doing what you do, thinking it's going to work, there'll be enough people accepting it? What is the kind of thought that goes behind it? Come on, this is an interesting question.
This is a superb question. Full 100 marks for the question. I've always been a person who has followed my heart. I've never gone looking at trends, what is trending and what does the customer want. That's not me. My first restaurant was in the south of Goa, in a corner of Benauli. You've been there. It's nowhere where it's visible. People can just walk in. And people told me that you're going to be a disaster here. You're going to fail because it's not a approachable place. I still stuck to my guns and said, no, if I believe, I can turn a stone into something else. And eventually it got popular and people came to me. So, again, when it was getting popular, I flipped the story of Cavatina. It was world cuisine, lovely steaks. People used to come drive from the north of Goa to have steaks and, cuts of meat at my place. Risottos were fantastic, pastas were lovely. And suddenly, post pandemic, I'm giving them Goan food. So, I would have been saying that no, I'm happy with my customer base. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. It's spinning well. But I said, no, this is what I believe in. And I'm going to give my Goan food, but not the same way which their mothers gave them. So I don't know whether the confidence comes from the love and the belief I have within me, but I surely feel that this needs to come out and this needs to be given to my loved ones. So it is that mother son relationship, or you could say, sure, they say, right, the love for food is the most sincere love. And I think purely with my heart. I don't use my analytical brain in these terms. So even for this Vedic thing, see, at the end of the day, we eat food. We have 3 square meals a day. Why do we do that? We do that because we need to nurture our body. We need to nurture our mind and soul. And certain ingredients are such fantastic tools. Now we are bombarded with medicines and allopathy and all that thing. But think which cuisine in the world had an Ayurvedic concept where they
Hmm.
told you, according to your body type, you need to follow these meals. I believe in this term called one man's food is another man's poison. What may be suitable for me is not suitable for you because your body type is different than mine. So, thinking with these lines and giving our ancestry such lovely I'm thankful to the ancestry, what Ayurveda has given us. Even in vegetables, we have this concept of what is tansik and which is, sattvic. A brinjal is meant to be tamasic because it gives you low energies in your body. You eat brinjal for a month long, you'll be feeling like low, depressed. There is some energy which these things give out. And it's so correctly pointed out in our Ayurvedic sciences. Right?
Okay.
So for me, I would like to give you that piece of energy, that component of food, which will give you a high, which will not just nourish your hunger, but your soul will be happy eating those foods. And I've experienced
Mm.
this. I'm not saying this out of just for the sake of saying it. I've worked with the tribals of Goa. I've eaten their food. It's low. It's basically zero lactose. It's zero gluten. It is vegan, organic, and low glycemic. What a ideal diet should be today.
Okay. So let me now turn around this very interesting point you had made about cooking food for Goans in a way that they have never eaten.
Yeah.
Now let me talk about the Goa restaurant market. It is like Goa is the place, it's always been the place to introduce a new brand of alcohol. It's always been the place to do a pop-up or an interesting kind of new restaurant concept because everyone from across India, from various stratas, all come to Goa. It also has a
Correct.
very interesting bunch of chefs. It has a very interesting bunch of difficult to work with sometimes, I've heard, staff. But when you're cooking, how much of it is for the locals? How much of it is for the new customer? How much of it is for yourself? Because, like you said, you only cook for yourself, but everyone else likes it. That is one of the end points you alluded to. Hmm.
I believe in this say that you have to love yourself first.
Okay.
Right? If you love yourself first, you're going to do all the good things, all the good practices, and then those transcend into your dear ones. For me, my dear ones is my extended family, which is the restaurant. Right? My family, I hardly spend time with them. My mother and father, they live separately. I live separately. But what is the closest I can get to is my customers, my guests at the restaurant. So absolutely have I absolutely love what I make, and if I love what I make, I stand loud and proud to serve my guests. I said, this is what it is. If it is bad, I take 100% ownership of it that, maybe I've screwed up or I'm not matched up to your expectation. But that's me. I will never say that my sous chef has done some blunder or my staff has messed it up. Because at the end of the day, it's my name. It's my name put out there and my food. Reimagine food, you were asking me. Yes. See, what happens is and I firmly believe this, every mother in Goa is cooking some fantastic Goan food. Okay, it's generations passed on recipes, mother-in-law, daughter-in-law recipes, etc., etc. And when a mother cooks for the home, she puts in that amount of love. That's how the curry turns out to be fantastic. That's how her preparations turn out to be good. How do you take this love to the next level? When I say next level is out of a home to a restaurant. Okay, for years people have been doing the same standard recipes, right? And Goa recipes cliche: Vindaloo, Kafrial, your Zakuti, not even Shakuti, and a few things here and there. So I was tired of this. I wanted to tell the audience that, boss, Indo-Portuguese community food, Saraswat community food, the Bahujan community food, and then the tribal food. This all makes a part of Goan food. And they say this thing, the term, right? Fish curry, right? Yeah, Goan fish curry, yeah, too good. What is fish curry, boss? Fish curry is like sorry to say, it's like a bastardized word. Generic. Fish curry. नहीं होता fish curry. There is a बांगड्याचे उद्दमेथी, there is a prawn hummer, there is a pomfret kaldin, there is a shark ambotti, there is a sardine suke. I can tell 20 names of fish preparations, and the preparations go with the fish found that year, time of the year. So I don't like this generic word called fish curry, Goan fish curry. I feel like going and slapping somebody when they say Goan fish curry, right? So everything is an education. There was a preparation of fish when somebody came out of fever. When you have fever for 2 3 days, your palate is basically numb, kind of thing. You don't get the taste. There is a dish which is a tamarind extract with some tempered jeera, and you leave a mackerel in that. With and you're supposed to have it with just plain rice. The tanginess, the cumin and the turmeric in the plays the role of getting your salivary glands back in action. It's called kodo, mackerel kodo, they say. So these were terms which my granny used to use. And that's the way we've been brought up. I want to say this on your channel that when we were kids, I mean, 5, 6, 7 years, getting wet in the rain, we caught up a cold. You know what was our medicine? A shot of cashew fenny with sugar stirred into it, and then granny used to flambe it for the alcohol to evaporate. And that warm thing was a shot. You have that. You didn't need any syrups. You didn't need any of the medications. Next morning, you were up and running. So I feel that that was an era where people knew what were their precautionary measures and remedies for what we. Now today we are absolutely dependent on the pharma industry. Our food is getting us to the pharma industry.
Mm.
With the conflicts of the world, with all these of the world, we are not. Our pharma industry is coming closer in our lives. Maybe in the 30s now. So
Mm.
this needs to change. The grassroots needs to know our DNA. Our DNA is ragi. Our DNA is rice. That needs to incorporate into our system. Look at this fantastic thing of Panta Bath, which is in Odisha, right? Same thing in Calcutta. You have that kanji,
Mm.
right? For us also, it's the same. We have leftover rice, which is put overnight, kept overnight. Next morning ferments. Great probiotic for you. Your gut health is taken care of naturally with the fermentation process. And whatever leftover curry is left, you have that the next morning. Again, an example of sustainability, right? Which culture teaches you this? I've seen Thai, Southeast Asian, this, that. They don't have this concept of, sustainability, culture kodi, and all this. This is our Indian culture, which is practicing this for ages. So this is something that amuses me to bring about a change in the culinary field in India. This
Okay.
is the next thing.
Absolutely. Your next trend, I think it's an interesting point you make. Now let's talk about Avinash Martins as a restaurateur. Two restaurants, both in Goa. When I and you travel all over the world, all over the country doing pop-ups. You are perpetually traveling, and when you're not traveling in the restaurant, so your son and wife both love you a lot, I'm sure. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even going to the parentage, and this little conversation we've had has made me hungry, and I'm sure people who are going to watch this, people who are watching this are also going to, go onto their apps and order fish curry or whatever the different kinds of fish curry, whatever is available. So why not outside? Why not a restaurant outside of Goa? Do you think it's a question of supply chain? Do you think it's a question of how much only one man can do? Or do you think it's just a question of opportunity or the fact that you're most comfortable in your own state?
Okay. Again, a lot of people have been asking me this. Chef, now it's enough time. Come out of your comfort zone. Come out of your cocoon. I get to hear a lot of these adjectives. First of all, I'm not in my comfort zone. I'm running two different restaurants, two different themes altogether. While Cavatina focuses on Goa, Janot does boundaryless food, food without any boundaries, which gives us an entire canvas of experimenting with various flavors. Having said that, I travel most of the time. I do a lot of collaborations with good brands. Whenever the holidays collide, I take my son and my wife along. They also, so we are doing something now during the Diwali vacation. I'm taking the whole family along, including my parents. Um, well, I feel for everything there's a right place and the right time, right? Yes, I'm ambitious. I'm not the guy who will say I'm satisfied with. I want. I'm on a mission to make sure we take Goa on a global level, and I will make it. I give you my word on this particular show that I will make it globally. I will make it international. I want to take my brand international. Uh, of course, I'm working at steps to get it at a national level. And I'm also breaking the news that I'm coming with something in Bangalore.
Excellent. We
So
are looking forward to this.
yes, you
Fabulous.
might not find the brand Cavatina, but you'll find something of mine. Right, but we'll do some interesting food there. I want to bring out some nice permutations and combinations, what I've been doing and practicing. And slowly and steadily, I will want to build my empire of getting Goan food to the global level. I want to do that. Yeah.
Perfect. Avinash Martins, thank you for coming on. Eat, drink, and sleep.
It's a pleasure to do all the above with
Okay.
you.